Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back. I'm doing a video today. It's kind of I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing this together. I got this box set in the mail and I really want to open it. So I'm just going to throw together this video and do an unboxing. And so that way I can finally listen to it. Because I've had it in my possession for a couple of weeks and I've just been delaying making this video because it's kind of a daunting subject. It's a lot of stuff that I have to show here, so but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So there's been a lot of people unboxing this throughout the past couple of weeks, and I know I'm late to the game, but it's them unboxing it versus me unboxing it. So I figure I've got my own say and my own point of view as far as this release goes, and my own stories and that sort of thing. So I feel it's still necessary for me to go ahead and do an unboxing myself, and then also do an album review of a new release by the guitarist of this band, a solo project that he did. And then I'm just going to kind of just throw in all of the stuff that I have by this band, and kind of do like maybe a ranking of their albums. I'll show you what DVDs of theirs I've got a bunch of stuff to show. So I'm just going to kind of get it all out into one video rather than piecemealing this thing. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's do the album review first. Well, anyway, let's do this first, actually. The unboxing is the new Rush Moving Pictures. What is this, the 40th anniversary of Moving Pictures. If you've seen my original intro video, you'll see I talk about Moving Pictures as being like the first most consequential music record that I ever purchased. It's the first record I ever purchased, period. I heard them on the radio. I heard the song Tom Sawyer on the radio back in 1981 when it first came out, and they started playing it on the local rock radio stations. And I didn't know who it was. It blew my mind. The song was just crazy, and nothing like anything I had heard before at that time in 1981. And I didn't know who it was, and the DJ didn't say who it was. They played like 3 songs in a row, and the only band name that he said after he played those songs, he said the name Santana. And I knew this band was not Santana. I knew what Santana sounded like, and I knew this band wasn't Santana. So I put that thought to rest. And then luckily later on in the day, I think they played another block of songs, and they played Tom Sawyer again because it was getting a lot of radio airplay on that day and back in those days upon the release of this record. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's Rush. All right. So I subsequently went out and bought the album, Moving Pictures, and then I bought later that year, Exit Stage Left, their live album came out. Bought that, and then the deluge began, the binging, where I literally bought everything that they had released up to that point in pretty short succession. I had all of their discography on vinyl, and they were my favorite band automatically right off the bat ever since I heard Tom Sawyer. And man, I still listen to this album to this day, and I was really excited when they were putting out these 40th anniversary sets. They did it for 21. Well, they did it for the first album, and I passed on that because I'm not a fan of the first album. Sue me. And they did it for 2112, and I'm not a fan of 2112. So I'm one of those Rush fans who just does not like 2112, and I think it's really overrated. And I'm sick of hearing it. And then they did Farewell to Kings, which I love that album, but I didn't splurge on that. And then they did Hemispheres, didn't splurge on that. Permanent Waves, didn't splurge on that, but I'm like, I'm holding out for Moving Pictures. That's where I'm gonna, get one of these sets when they do Moving Pictures. And sure enough, and there was a delay because of the pandemic and everything, so this isn't literally the 40th anniversary. It's a year later, but better late than never. I did not splurge on the special deluxe edition box set that's huge. That comes with all the DVD, or it comes with a DVD, a 5.1 Blu-ray DVD, I think, audio. A bunch of CDs, comes with everything that's in here on CD. And then just a bunch of like posters and imitation backstage passes and luggage tag and a little miniature of Red Barchetta and just all this stuff. And it was like $150 more for that. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't justify spending that. But I do want the live album that comes with this. It comes with the original album, and then it has 4 discs of a live concert in 1981, recorded in Toronto. They call it the YYZ show or something like that. And I really wanted to have that on vinyl because I've been listening to Exit Stage Left for decades on vinyl. And it's my favorite live album. It's my favorite Rush release, even though it's not a studio album. If I were to count all of their albums as, just whatever releases, and live albums included, Exit Stage Left would definitely be my favorite. It just has such a great collection of songs. And then this live set that comes out in this box set, this is just the vinyl 5 record set that I bought. The deluxe edition, not the special deluxe edition. This comes with 4 sides of it, 4 records. So 8 sides of this is this concert. As it originally, like the original type of set list that they would play for the Moving Pictures tour, which included a lot of things that are not on Exit Stage Left. And Exit Stage Left actually includes a lot of things from the Permanent Waves tour that they kind of threw in there, which is cool because it includes things like Jacob's Ladder and stuff, which is one of my favorite Rush songs. So that's cool. This does not include Jacob's Ladder, but it does include a lot of things that were not included on the Exit Stage Left, like Vital Signs and The Camera Eye and Natural Science. It's got a lot of really good stuff on this. So I finally get to open this today. I'm going to do this on this video. But first, I wanted to talk about this solo album that Alex Lifeson, the guitarist for Rush, who's my favorite guitarist, he got together and formed this band with some other musicians called Envy of None. And here's the back of the album. Alex plays guitar. God, I didn't look up their names. I should have looked up their names and written them down. I did not. They have a female vocalist she's great. She's fantastic. She's got a great voice. And it really goes well with this music. And then I guess another guy who's from Connie Hatch. I don't know anything about Connie Hatch, so and then a drummer dude. But anyways, 4-piece band. Alex plays guitar. Great album. If you're a Rush fan and you're a diehard Rush fan and you love all the prog rock that they did back in the 70s and you're expecting them to go back to that and hear Alex just do lots of noodling guitar solos throughout all the songs, this isn't it. This is it's a heavy guitar album, but it's alternative rock. It's kind of 90s. To me, it sounds like 90s indie rock in the vein of bands like Garbage and Curve, which is a band that I absolutely love. I love Garbage too. But it's kind of like a wall of sound, like just really heavy guitars and kind of dreamy. They have synthesizers. They use a lot of synthesizers. But the guitar, the way that they create these songs, it sounds to me more like the band Garbage. If you don't know who they are, check them out. They're great. They have a female vocalist as well, Shirley Manson, and this just reminds me a lot of that kind of sound. A little bit industrial at times, a little bit electronic at times. Sometimes they're mixing a little bit of bluesy guitar in there. Alex, you do hear his guitar work on some songs, but not all songs. It's not like, oh, that's Alex. I definitely hear Alex in all of these songs. You don't really hear a lot of Alex in this, but a couple of songs. Spy House is one of the songs off of side A that you do hear Alex playing around. There are a couple of others. I got Kabul Blues, maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of times where you do hear Alex kind of come out of the background and come to the foreground, and you hear his guitar work. But for the most part, he's kind of just in the mix, and that's fine with me. I don't need another. Rush is Rush. I don't need another band that sounds like Rush. I want to hear some new music, and this This is new music, but it's got my favorite guitarist on it, so that's pretty awesome. I've been listening to this a lot lately, just back and forth, just cover to cover, and it's really a consistently good album. The very last track, called Western Sunset, Alex plays acoustic guitar. It's just an instrumental of Alex on acoustic, and it's an homage to his friend, fellow bandmate, Neil Peart, who passed away January of 2020. And it's just a nice little sweet song that he wrote for his friend. So that's the very last song on here. But I don't know if you're, I don't know. I hate to like recommend this to everybody in general, to the general public, because there's a lot of people that just aren't going to like this kind of music. It's just not their kind of music, and I totally get that. Here's the inner sleeve. Just the lyrics on one side, and then this little quote on the back. And then I just got the black vinyl. There's like all different there's like white and blue vinyl, different variations. I just got the black. I'm cool with that. I don't know. I think if you're into like, if you have an open mind and you're into trying out some new music, then definitely try it out. If you're a diehard Rush fan, give it a try. You might end up liking it, and it might take you down another tree branch to other kinds of music that you can open yourself up to. And if you're into that kind of music already, then this is another band that you should definitely check out, because they're really cool and they don't sound like prog rock. And I don't know, it's pretty awesome. Envy of None. I really love this album. I recommend it personally. I think it's amazing, but it's not for everybody. As I've seen in the message boards or whatever, the threads. I belong to an Alex Lifeson fan club thread on Facebook, or a page on Facebook, and a lot of people are not happy with this. But oh well, Alex isn't there to please you. He just wants to make music that he's into, and apparently somebody got him turned on to like 90s alt rock, and he wanted to make an album of his own, and he did a damn good job of it. I really love this album, Envy of None. It's just called Envy of None. It's their first album, just released just in the past weeks. It's really hard to find on vinyl. It's in CD at all the record stores around here, but I couldn't find it on vinyl. I had to order it. So anyway, check it out, Envy of None. The box set. Let's go ahead and get to this. I don't know. I guess it would be fitting if this video went long, because a lot of their songs go long too. So if you don't like 11-minute long songs, then you might not like this video. But I happen to enjoy when Rush goes all prog and cranks out a 11-minute long song. It's fine with me. Ooh. Don't want to rip the hype sticker there. So here's the box. It's a slip case, so everything just slides out the side there. I heard one of the other channels, the reason why there's a 2 and a 3 is because the band was 3 and now it's down to 2 members. That's just, I don't know, that's just a hypothesis. I don't know if that's really why there's a 2 and the 3 there. But here's a listing of the songs on the back. It's got the first record is obviously Moving Pictures, reissued. I heard it's like half-speed mastering. Really beautiful, nice repressing. And let me check real quick. I've been wanting to know this, like as soon as I started watching other people's videos. One guy, his box was completely bashed in, and he got, I think he got this set, the deluxe set, not the super deluxe. And the case, the slip case, was also dinged in. And all of his records, all of the sleeves, or all the cover work inside there, they all had seam splits at the top. And that would just drive me freaking crazy, spending this kind of money and getting seam splits. But there are no seam splits on this, so I am very, very happy with the packaging. The box, it was really nice. It was in this big box with a lot of bubble wrap, whatever inside. But inside that, this was also placed inside its own bubble wrap envelope and sealed tight and everything. So even if it was bouncing around in there, it didn't bounce much. So anyway, this is the new Moving Pictures reissue, 40th anniversary. It's different. It's the I'm a graphic designer, so I notice these things. The wording here is larger. I've got the, oh, and it's different. It doesn't have the red lines. So this is my original, I've got my original moving pictures here that I bought back when I was 12 years old. And it's all bashed up, but ignore that part. But you can see that the logo has been redone. They don't have all 3 red lines anymore, and moving pictures is typed larger, a little bit larger, I think. Just the proportions are different, but anyway, I noticed those things. And it still has a white outline around the photo. It's got kind of a matte finish in the black and then a glossy finish on the photographs. Really beautiful. Yeah, it's a really nice copy. I also have the reissue that came out just a few years ago in this audiophile 180 gram. So this is a nice clean copy too. It was starting to get a little bit of seam split, but that's the only copy I could find in the wild. And it does have the 3 lines up there by the logo, but it's a little bit more in keeping with the original design. But this new design, they've changed it up a little bit, which is fine. They are perfectly allowed to do so. I guess Hugh Syme maybe did something. I don't know if he did just the photographs, just the imagery, or if he also lays out the typography. That I'm not sure. But anyway, so this is the new reissue, and it comes in a black polyline sleeve with a new label compared to the old label, which looked like so. The old label, this is the recent reissue that I got, but the old label looked like this, which is these rings, these kind of black and blue rings that went around. And now it's got this kind of camera lens looking effect to it, which is really nice looking, different. The insert's just the same as that recent reissue that I got a few years ago. It's just a single piece rather than, the original is like an actual cardboard insert, record inner sleeve to put it in. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to this and seeing if there's any, if not a lot of difference between that and the old ones. Then come the live albums. This one, it says Live in YYZ or YYZ 1981. And it's got the guys playing around, I guess, backstage or something, or during the photo shoot. And then the back, it's 2 record set. It's got the song listing. I guess this is the beginning. Yeah, they start out this tour with 2112 Overture and Temples of Syrinx, and then they go on and play these other songs. There's some new photos of the band that I personally have never seen before, of the concert footage. And then inside is Geddy and Alex jamming out next to each other on stage. Geddy with his old Rickenbacker. And yeah, so this is the first of the 2 live albums that come with this. And then the second is this one. I haven't even looked at this stuff up close. I'm seeing it for the very first time right now. I've only seen it on YouTube videos. So there it says Rush again, live in YYZ 1981. Recorded in Toronto. I guess, I don't know if it was over 2 nights that they did this, or if they did it just in one of the shows. Oh, actually, yeah, it's over 2 shows, March 24th and 25th. Yeah, so this is like right around when I bought this Moving Pictures album back then. They were doing these shows in Toronto. Of course, I was too young to see them in concert, so unfortunately I did not get to go see them live during this tour. The inside gatefold, there's Neil, the professor, at his drum kit. Pretty sweet, and they all come with these polyline black inner sleeves. I guess the labels are like these replications of these film canisters, so like Moving Pictures film canisters. So yeah, so that's that. And then the last thing that comes with this is this nice little booklet. The Super Deluxe comes in hardcover. This is just regular paper cover, which is fine with me. Not worth $150 to me to get it in hardcover, but I digress. Great picture of the band, and then a whole bunch of writings by fellow musicians, including Tyler Hawkins, who recently passed away, the drummer for the Foo Fighters. He's got a little paragraph or 2 here about his fandom of Rush. and some more photographs of them, I guess, at Lay Studio doing the recordings. Really awesome stuff. This is by far my favorite period of Rush. The music, their style. Oh, and then Hugh Syme, the artist who did, you know, most of their old covers. He did these like reimaginings of the song, of each song, in this new kind of artwork. YYZ and Red Barchetta there. So I'm sure you all, anybody who's seen one of these unboxings, you guys have already seen all this stuff. But I'm seeing it for the first time, and I'm sharing because I want to. There's a Witch Hunt there. And then, what's the elephant one? Oh, Vital Signs. Everything's got to deviate from the norm. Lyrics from Vital Signs. And then another picture of the band on stage. And then here is more information and little pictures of backstage passes and tickets and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. And then a manhole cover on the back. So, wow, I can't wait to get into this and dive into this and listen to this today. I've listened to the live concert on Spotify already, and it's really nice. But I've already listened to it. I actually had a copy of it, like a bootleg copy of it previous that I downloaded from the internet, excuse me. And it's the same exact concert. It's on these 4 records. But it's missing a lot of the song. It didn't have every single song, and the recording quality was horrible. And so I've listened to it on Spotify, and it sounds a lot better. It sounds like they really cleaned up the recording, the live recording. So I'm excited to hear that on vinyl and hear it on my stereo system, and it'll be a lot more dynamic. And it's probably going to end up being my favorite live album ever, taking the place of Exit Stage Left, because Exit Stage Left, I don't know, it has a lot of shortcomings, even though it's the best that I have to listen to as far as Rush goes. To me, it's the best that they have to offer. Now I think that this is going to be even better than that. So anyway, so I showed you my repressings, my reissue of Rush's Moving Pictures that I got a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago. I found it at Best Buy, of all places. And I'd been looking for it and couldn't find it anywhere in the stores. And they were starting to charge a lot on Discogs and Amazon. So I was lucky to find it at Best Buy. This is my original copy. Back in the old days, this is the first American release on Mercury Records. It's seen better days, obviously, but I was 12 years old when I got this. But it came with an actual cardboard insert, inner sleeve, to put the record in, rather than just an insert. It's an actual sleeve that goes in there. So, again, Mercury... first U.S. pressing. So that's always stayed with me. Out of all of the times that I've sold records, I would never sell that record. That one will always be with me. And also I got this version CD of Moving Pictures. This has got I don't know. It's a remastering. I forget what year this is, but it also has Chronicles, the DVD, on a second disc to this. So it's got the DVD of all their music videos at that time. So that was cool. It's kind of saved me from having to go out and buy the DVD separate. So I got that. And then I got this. This is like the 30th anniversary of Moving Pictures, and it's got the original album, and then it's got the 5.1 digital or whatever remastered surround 5.1 deluxe whatever edition that you listen to on your DVD player. And then it's also got like 3 videos, Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and Vital Signs videos that you can watch on DVD. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so I was just showing you some of my moving picture stuff. Now I'm going to move on to some other things that I have. I have this 3 box set DVD thing called Sector 1, 2, and 3 that I bought years ago. I'll go through these. These are just these little slip cases, or these box sets that have all their DVDs going back, I guess their first 12 albums this covers. So the first sector, Sector 1, has got the first album. It's got Fly By Night here. It's got like these little, it's got like a little gatefold for this one. They're just these little mini albums, these paper cases. They're not jewel cases with all the early stuff. Here's Caress of Steel. Of course, that was a gatefold as well, just like my record is. Same with 2112. And then, of course, it's got the live set that they did after their first 4 albums called All the World's a Stage. And then it comes with this Sector 1 booklet. It comes with all the lyrics and some photographs. So these are really cool CD sets. I really dig these. Yeah, so that is Sector 1. I'm running out of space here. Let's see, Sector 1 I'll put there. That's not a good place, of course. I'll stack it right there. Sector 2 goes into their next phase of their music, their late 70s phase. So there's the little booklet it comes with, and it comes with Farewell to Kings, and that's a gatefold as well. And then Hemispheres, gatefold, really nice little CDs. Permanent Waves, and then Moving Pictures, of course, and then the live album that came after those 4 albums, Exit Stage Left. So that is Sector 2. It's got these nice little photographs of the band on the binders. These photos are from the Signals era. Young Alex there looking all dapper. That's Sector 2, and then Sector 3 goes in the next 4 albums. The booklet there, and then in order, Signals. This is a 2-disc set. I think one of them is 5.1 audio. I'm not sure why there's 2 discs. It's a DVD, but anyway, Signals, Grace Under Pressure, their next one, then Power Windows, and Hold Your Fire. This is where Rush lost me. Pretty much, this is the mid-'80s, and I was listening to like Dead Kennedys and just all kinds of punk and other things and new wave, and I wasn't feeling these albums. These from Power Windows on, just Rush. I really kind of lost favor with them. They lost favor with me. Show of Hands, that's the live album after their next series of 4 albums that they released, and this is the booklet that came with that. So those are the Sector 1, 2, and 3 CD sets that I had. Also, I have these DVDs, stack of DVDs here. This one is documentaries about the makings of 2112 and Moving Pictures. So that's pretty cool. This one was at Beyond the Lighted Stage. I think you can see this, watch this on Netflix or Amazon, I'm not sure where it's at, but this is a nice documentary as well about the band, the formation, and just them becoming famous and all that stuff. It's really awesome documentary. Then I got this Rush Replay ×3. It's got a series of concert DVDs, including, it's got this little fold-out deal here, and it's got all these concert DVDs and 1 live CD. Exit Stage Left DVD, which is, I wish that there was like a full video. Every Rush fan wishes that there was an Exit Stage Left video where you got to see the whole Moving Pictures concert and not just these little outtakes. Grace Under Pressure, that's a live CD and a live DVD in this little box, and then a Show of Hands DVD as well. So that's a pretty cool little set of DVDs for any Rush fan to enjoy. Excuse me. Next one. These are out of order. I think the next, and this is Vapor Trails tour. This is Rush live in Rio, and really awesome, really great audience participation in this. They really upped the volume of the crowd, so you could really see how happy and excited they were to have Rush visit South America. So about me and Rush, seeing Rush on tour, I saw them for the very first time. Well, here's the thing. Uh, when I was a kid, I was not allowed to go to concerts. So I couldn't see them for moving pictures. I could not see them for Signals, and I wasn't allowed to see them for Grace Under Pressure. Then when Power Windows came out and the subsequent albums, I was actually pretty much right there, ready, old enough to go see Rush live, but I was not liking the music. I wasn't a huge Rush fan at the time. They kind of went on hiatus for being a Rush fan, so I didn't go see those concerts. I was going to see, Bad Brains in concert. Or I saw David Bowie back in those days, or Tears for Fear. I was just seeing different things, and I wasn't really into seeing Rush at the time because I just wasn't digging their music. So I went on hiatus for quite a while with Rush, and then later on in my adult years, Test for Echo album came out, and they were touring and they were playing here in Phoenix. And I had the wherewithal to buy myself a ticket, went with a friend of a friend, and we went and checked out Rush. That was my very first Rush concert, was Test for Echo tour. And I loved it. And I was like, this is awesome. I love seeing them play the old stuff, of course. So I saw them for that. And then the next time I saw them I did not see them on the Vapor Trails tour, but I did see them on the R30 tour, the 30th anniversary. And that was awesome. This is a great DVD, so I get to watch them again and again and again, which is really awesome. I did see them for when this album came out, Snakes and Arrows, which is actually a really good album. I like this album. I really didn't like anything in between Power Windows and Vapor Trails. None of that stuff did anything for me, but I thought Snakes and Arrows was actually really good album, and it was kind of back to form, and Alex's guitar was really pushed back to the front, so I really dig that album. And I went to see them on that tour too, the Snakes and Arrows tour, and this is the live DVD of that. I believe it comes with a CD too. If not, or do I have the CD separate? I don't remember, but I've got it somewhere. So anyway, Snakes and Arrows tour was pretty awesome. I saw that in North Carolina. I remember they played Circumstances on this tour, which is one of my top 5 Rush songs. I'd never seen them in any form, either on CD or whatever recording or in person. I've never seen them do Circumstances, so that was pretty awesome. I think the next tour was the Time Machine tour. That was the 30th, this is 2011, so the 30th anniversary of Moving Pictures. So they played the entire album during this. I think in the first intermission, they played the side 1 towards the end of that set list, and then they went on their little intermission, and then they came back out on stage and did the side B of Moving Pictures, and then they played a bunch of other songs after that. I was there for that, and that was incredible. This is my t-shirt from the Time Machine tour I'm wearing right now, and I also got the tour program of Time Machine. The only one I bought, and it was just because it was Moving Pictures, and it's my favorite Rush album, so I got that. So Time Machine, I saw them on that. And then the next tour, Clockwork Angels, I did not see them on this tour, and I'm not sure why. I think there was a conflict scheduling-wise, and I just couldn't go to the show. I wish I had. But anyway, there's the DVD of that. And then the last show, the last tour, turned out to be, we didn't know that this was the last tour, but it turned out to be the last tour, the R40. I saw them here in Phoenix for that. I'm so glad I went. It was the best concert. They just played so many things. They played Xanadu, they played Cygnus X1, they played Jacob's Ladder. They just played a lot of my top favorite things, and so I was really happy about R40. So that's that DVD. Let's see, what's next? Oh, I think I'll do a rundown of my top Rush albums, and I'm not gonna do all 19 records because I don't like all 19 of them. And it's just really impossible for me to rate, you know, what's better, Roll the Bones or Counterparts. To me, I just don't like either one of them. And that's not to say if you like those albums that I think that you're any lesser of a Rush fan or whatever. This is my opinion, my warped opinion about Rush. And I know a lot of Rush fans out there love everything they do, or they love their later stuff even more than their early stuff. Who knows? Everybody has their own opinions, and I value all of those opinions, and I think it's great that a lot of Rush fans love their later stuff. But it's just not for me. So this is just my opinion about Rush, and it's not my opinion about you as a Rush fan. It's just my opinion about their music. It's just between me and Rush. So don't take any of this stuff personal when I say that I don't like something, because it has nothing to do with you guys. So obviously my top, I'm going to go from number 1 down because it's going to be a short list. Moving Pictures, my favorite album. I think I've already expressed that. Tom Sawyer, my favorite song. I know people are sick of Tom Sawyer. People in the message boards. I belong to an Alex Lifeson Facebook page, and a lot of them just trash Tom Sawyer, and they're so sick of it, blah, 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 whatever. I can listen to Tom Sawyer like it's drinking a glass of water. I never get tired of it. It's such an easy listen for me. I love that song, and I don't know, it just struck a nerve with me when I was a kid, and it's just always stuck with me, and I'll always love that song. But I mean, I love Witch Hunt and Limelight, and YYZ is a fantastic instrumental, and Vital Signs is fun, a little throwback or a little homage to the Police and reggae. I don't know. I love that album, Moving Pictures. It'll always be number 1. Number 2, Permanent Waves. I don't know. The number 2 and number 3 are really close, but number 2, it's got Free Will, it's got Jacob's Ladder, which Jacob's Ladder is my second favorite Rush song. It's got Natural Science, it's got Different Strings. It's just got a lot of great songs, and just really polished, really just an amazing album from them. Permanent Waves, that's 1980. 1979, my next one, Hemispheres, number 3 for me. This is just almost an absolute perfect album. Side 1, Cygnus X1, Book 2, long play, it takes the whole side. It's a fun listen. It's just really fun, and it goes by so fast because it's just chopped up into little bits, and it's just a really fun song to listen to, and just the musicianship is amazing. Side 2, Circumstances, one of my all-time favorite songs of theirs. The Trees, top 10, and La Villa Strangiato is my third favorite Rush song. So it's freaking just bang for your buck right there. Next one, number 4, Signals. Solid album. Not a bad song on this album. It's fantastic from start to finish. But my favorites are Digital Man and Losing It. That's just over the years. At first, it was obviously subdivisions, and like songs like New World Man and Analog Kid, and Countdown was like immediately just a cool song. But over the years, it's grown into Digital Man for sure, and Losing It. But overall, just a solid 8 songs. It's all killer, no filler, this album. Love it. After that, Farewell to Kings. I love this. Look at Water Damage. People, put plastic sleeves on your records. Left a box of records on the floor. The window leaked. It was raining real hard in Florida, and the bottom of the box got soaked. All my records stuck together. That's what happens. Farewell to Kings. It's got Xanadu. It's got Cygnus X1, 2 of my all-time favorite top 10 Rush songs right there. Closer to the Heart is great too. I'm a little tired of it. I don't love it as much as I did when I first heard it on the Exit Stage Left, but it's still a great song. So Farewell to Kings. After that, Grace Under Pressure. A lot of people bash this album. They kind of lump it in with their later stuff, but I don't know. To me, it still feels like it's hanging on to the older Rush, to the early, like, it still hangs on to me as like a cousin of Signals. Like, they're really kind of tied together. And then for me, the next one, Power Windows, just completely, that was the red line for me. This one though has a lot of really great songs on it, and Alex is all over the place on this album. His playing is fantastic on this. Very progressive, new wave, just futuristic kind of music compositions on this album. I love it. And then this next one is the last one that I'll rank. I guess, what is it, number 7 that we're on? And it's the only one I'm going to include, and it's from the early days. It's Fly By Night. And I love this album for By Tor and the Snow Dog. I love that song. And it's such a crazy cool song. And then Making Memories, I love it whenever Alex breaks out the acoustic guitar. So I love that song. And then In the End is really good. And Anthem is just freaking so tight. I mean, it's what a great introduction to Neil Peart's drumming. Anthem, it's just awesome. So that's my last one that I will rank. And then, of course, Exit Stage Left. If I were to take any Rush record to a desert island with me, it would be this one. It's got everything that I love about Rush located on the set list of this. But I don't know. Maybe that new Live in YYZ is going to be replacing this. It probably will. And then a couple of other other records that are a little bit more on the rare side. Rush Archives. This includes the first 3 albums: Rush, Fly By Night, and Caress of Steel. I've seen it on people's channels. I've seen it shown quite a bit, but still, it's a really cool thing to have. So that's that. This one I've seen a couple times. Rush Through Time. This is like a Dutch release on Mercury. It's not really a best of. It's more of just here's some random songs from their early records, and we hope you like it. This was released after Moving Pictures was released, but it only spans, the songs on this only span from Fly By Night to A Farewell to Kings. And I guess they're just trying to get you guys to get into some of the early stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then this one I've never seen on anybody's channel. This is a 12-inch single for Countdown, or an EP, and it's got, what has it got, New World Man? Yeah, New World Man, and it's got Spirit of Radio Live. It's just the same Spirit of Radio from Exit Stage Left. And then it's got like an interview too with the band where they talk about how cool it was to go to NASA and see the space shuttle take off in person. So anyway, that's that. I think I'm done with showing all the Rush stuff I have. Again, this is just my opinion. I know people are they take this band very personally, and I totally get it because I do too. Oh, here's a couple of, before I forget, just more live, Different Stages. This is the one that they released after their last set of 4 studio albums. So I guess after Test for Echo, this live album came out, Different Stages. It's really good. It's a really good live album, and it also includes a 3rd disc, which is live at the Hammersmith Odeon back in the Farewell to Kings tour. So that's really awesome. And then, of course, I got Rush in Rio, and I knew I had Snakes and Arrows live somewhere. This is the live CD for that. So anyway, I think that's it. That's exhaustive. I thank you guys for sticking around, if you did stick around. I love the band. I just really love a certain section of the band, Farewell to Kings to like Grace Under Pressure. That's like the sweet spot for me. And that's the part of Rush I love. And I love this new 40th anniversary. Can't wait to listen to it on the record player. And then also that Envy of None. Go check it out. I really like it, and I'm enjoying listening to it. It's a fun listen. So anyway, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos. Please comment. Tell me how much you hate Tom Sawyer and you're sick of it. That's totally cool, because I'm totally used to hearing that. And I'll tell you why you're wrong. No, you're not wrong at all. Everybody's right as far as their opinions go. And I'd love to hear your opinions on this stuff. Tell me what you love about Rush. Tell me about all the concerts. I've only been to like, 5 Rush concerts, and there's people that go to see them 5 times on just one tour. There's people that have seen them over 100 times, and that's just awesome. I wish I was you. I'm so jealous because I totally would have done that had I had the means and stuff, because they're such an amazing band live, and I really like listening to most of their music live more than their studio versions. Pretty much every song, except for Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, to me, sounds perfect on studio and not as good live, but pretty much most of their other songs are better live. So Unfortunately, we can't see them anymore live, so that sucks. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the video, and have a great weekend. See ya.